High Court has dismissed a petition filed by members of the Rastafarian Society of Kenya seeking to legalize the use of cannabis, commonly known as Bhang, for religious purposes in Kenya. In a landmark ruling, Justice Bahati Mwamuye held that the petitioners failed to prove that Kenya's narcotics laws violate their constitutional right to freedom of religion. And as NTV's Julius Juma now reports, the judge, however, observed that the country should have a frank national conversation on cannabis policy.
Call me the ganja farmer. In 2021, members of the Rastafarian Society of Kenya moved to the High Court seeking to have cannabis legalized for religious use, arguing that the plant is a sacred sacrament central to the practice of their faith. Yes, I'm a ganja planter. They contended that criminalizing its cultivation, possession, and use violated their constitutional rights to freedom of religion, conscience, and belief.
Justice delayed, Rasta.
Justice denied.
5 years later, the High Court has finally delivered its verdict, and it is a significant setback for the Rastafarian community.
People are being possessed with demons.
Justice Bahati Mwamuye dismissed the petition, ruling that the petitioners failed to discharge the burden of proving that Kenya's Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Act substantially interferes with the practice of their religion or infringes on their constitutional rights.
Tunaitumia hizo sacrament yetu si wa Rastafari.
Sacrilege, yes
Mbona watu wakubali pombe? Mbona wakubali sigara? Vitu zenye wamekea cancer, tar, dark substance, nicotine. Alafu watukataze weed ambayo tunatumia as a sacrament yetu mazee.
They pass judgment without our presence, you know. Now see, the evidence produced was very sound-minded, tangible and visible. According to this time, you know.
The judge further ruled that the country's laws prohibiting the cultivation, possession, and use of cannabis remain valid and enforceable, adding that any exemption for religious use will require a sound constitutional and legal foundation, one the petitioners failed to establish. Justice Mwamuye, however, noted that Kenya should have a frank national conversation on cannabis policy and the direction the country should take.
Sisi Rasta ni watu ambao ni watulivu, hatupendi fujo, hatukwenda barabarani kuandamana ama kutupa mawe ama kuchoma mali ya mtu. Tulikuja hapa mahakamani kutafuta justice.
The ruling means Kenya's anti-narcotics law remains fully in force with no exemption allowing the use of cannabis for religious purposes. For the Rastafarian community, the judgment is a major blow to a legal battle they argued was about protecting religious freedom, not promoting recreational drug abuse.
Where I know everything is harmful.
As the gavel fell on their case, their legal team announced plans to challenge the decision at the Court of Appeal, saying that the constitutional questions raised deserve to be heard by a larger bench of judges.
We shall be seeking that the President of the Court of Appeal empanels this matter with 7 judges of the Court of Appeal so that they can hear exhaustively this matter.
We want everybody to be reasonably accommodated. If you are a Muslim, you must find your place within the Republic of Kenya comfortably. If you are a Christian, you find your place comfortably. If you are a Rasta, find your place comfortably. If you are a Hindu...
For now, the High Court's decision leaves Kenya's cannabis laws intact, but with the petitioners heading to the Court of Appeal and the judge himself calling for a broader national conversation on cannabis policy, the debate over the place of cannabis in the Kenyan society is far from over.